Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, before we get into this video, which is a comment breakdown, because I think you really enjoyed my last comment breakdown. So before I get into that, I just want to give you a bit of a pep talk, because I've been feeling a certain type of way recently, and if I've been feeling that way, I'm sure many of you have as well. So let me just explain things a bit, what's going on with me right now. For the last week and a half, I have been trying to record this exact YouTube video, maybe even 2 weeks, honestly. I've been trying to record this video almost every single day, and it has not come out right every single time because of my maybe trying to be a bit of a perfectionist and not being happy with my skin, not liking my makeup one day, not liking my hair another day, not liking my outfit another day, not liking my this, that, just things have just been, the quality of the actual video itself, if my camera's too far, too close, I've just been going through it. And I think it's just because I'm putting too much pressure on myself with these videos. So if you are putting too much pressure on yourself, just try to ease up a bit, and that's what I'm doing with today's video. I'm not thinking too much into things, I'm just going with the flow, and I'm just having a good time, taking every single second as it comes instead of overthinking. So I just wanted to say that at the beginning of this video in case that may help one of you, But anyway, so today's video is a comment breakdown. Can't get my words out again, but it's a comment breakdown video, and I'm excited because we have an amazing, fabulous comment from Munashi, and we're going to read it together. So it's on the screen, you guys can read it with me, and we're going to have a good time breaking this on down. My outfit details: this necklace was from Etsy, but my wig details and the details of this top will be in the description box. Okay, so check that out. So Munashi said, I think a good video would be how to become a priority to a man. For many women, when we're talking to a new man, it's likely he's talking to other ladies. How do we win him over and get him to focus solely on us? How to stand out while also staying true to yourself. Drop the others and be the one he wants, whether that be for a relationship or for sugaring. So Manashi, shout out to you, honey, because that is such a good comment. I love it, and I'm really excited to break this one down. Straight off the bat, how to become a priority to a man. Well, I have a negative response to that, and I also have a positive response to that as well. So here's the negative one first. Let's get that out of the way because it sucks, but it needs to be said. If you are okay, let's do scenario time right now. And let's say, for instance, that you are dating a guy called David. You have been on 4 dates with David, and he ticks all of your boxes. So all of the important things that you want in a man to date him long term, he's ticking those boxes, girl. He is just ticking them, and you are like, wow, I actually want to be a priority to this guy because I see myself dating him long term. So if David, who is ticking every single one of your boxes, if he is dating a woman who is actually ticking all of his boxes, and you actually tick 75% of his boxes and she ticks 100%, it's not going to happen. Okay, you're not going to be that priority to him because he has somebody who is more aligned with his wants and desires. So it's very difficult, if not impossible, for you to then be his priority and be his 100% when in actuality you aren't, and the other girl is. So it's about realizing that you can become a priority to a man, but if he is dating somebody else, like you said, they're usually dating other people. If he is dating somebody else and she's ticking all of his boxes and you are not, then it's very difficult to be his type. Some of you may actually try to combat that and say, oh, that this guy hasn't been all the way into me before, but now we're together, we've been together for 2 years. But at the end of the day, if somebody else comes along who actually does tick all of his boxes, then you're going to be left in the dust. So it's about realizing that there's his type and then there's not his type, and he's always going to prefer to be with that person who's ticking his boxes to the person who is not ticking his boxes. So just bear that in mind. Now let's go over into my positive response, which is, like Manashi said in her comment, you're dating a guy and he is dating other women. And this is David again, okay? You've been on the 4 dates with David and he's dating other women, but those women that he's dating along with you are all around the same amount of attractiveness to him. So there's not one that he prefers to the other in terms of physical appearance or in terms of femininity, in terms of looks, etc. You're in the same ballpark when it comes to femininity and when it comes to your attractiveness to him. So how to make him actually prioritize you more over them is simply about making him invest time into you and money into you, because once he has done that, he is going to prioritize you naturally, because he doesn't want somebody who he has invested his time and his money into to just disappear and do a disappearing act on him. He doesn't want that to happen. So he's going to be more invested in you if he has invested his time and his money. And your next question is going to be, well, how do I get him to invest the time and the money? First of all, it's about the wow factor. And the wow factor must be done from the first date, from the outset, continuing on, okay? To compete with the other women and to make him prioritize you more over them and to want to invest his time and money into you, you have to step up your look like crazy. If you're wearing something and you think, oh, this looks quite conservative, you need to change it up and make sure that you have some cleavage showing. You need to make sure that you have maybe some legs out instead. You need to make sure that you have something that is going to be captivating. And what captivates men straight off the bat is sexuality. So captivate him with something very sexy straight away. Work on your look and make sure that you are improving it constantly. The next thing that you can do to make this man want to invest his time and money into you is to make sure that you are ego boosting, okay? This is also part of the wow factor, okay? So when you are ego boosting and you are giving him compliments, you stroking that ego that he has, you are making him feel like the manliest man he has ever felt like in his life on a date, you're a priority over those other girls, because you are making him feel amazing. You're making him feel like he is the bee's knees. He feels like he's just like Brad Pitt right now in his golden days. You're making him feel like he is everything, and because you're making him feel like he's everything, he feels like he is just fabulous when he's with you, and he loves the way that he feels when he's around you. So naturally he's going to prefer to spend more time with you over the other girls, hence you becoming a priority to him. The last aspect to the wow factor is for you to actually make yourself seem as though you are somebody who needs help, and that you are not somebody who has it all down pat, you know everything, you don't need a man, you are Miss Independent like Neo said. You don't want him to feel like you are like that. You want him to feel like you have this innocence to you, like there is still that little girl in there that just wants to be looked after, but at the same time you are still sexy, but you want him to feel as though this is a woman that needs you. That's how you want him to feel, honestly. And if you are making him feel like he is needed, you are making him feel attracted to you because you're stepping up your look and you are ego boosting, he is going to be like, wow, this person really is captivating me to the fullest right now. And it's going to make him want to invest his time and money into you, therefore making him prioritize you. Okay, the next part of the comment is how to win him over and get him to focus solely on us. Well, I'm going to say this first of all. Don't worry about getting a man to focus solely on you. And the reason why I say that is because we know on this channel, okay, we can keep it all the way real right now. We know that men will be married, okay, engaged, in long-term relationships, apparently, allegedly in love with their girlfriends, and they will be trying to date us. We know that because we have all, I'm sure, that are on this channel dated a married man, knowing he's married, not knowing he was married. We've all done it because married men are out here dating, okay? They're out here like they are actually single. If married men are doing that knowingly, outwardly, every single day in the world, why would you think that you can get a man to focus solely on you? And why would you bother to use your energy to think about that? It's not about him focusing that matters. Him focusing solely on you is not anything to think about, because you can think he's solely concentrated on you, and then when he's not around you, he's concentrating solely on this person, and when he's not around her, he's focusing solely on that person. So don't worry about that. Worry about, are you dating beneficially with him? That's what you need to worry about. Worry about if your dating experience with him is beneficial or not, because that is really all that counts at the end of the day. Boyfriends, husbands, fiancés come and go, but the money that you get when you're in those relationships and the experiences that you have when you're in those relationships is what stays, and that's not what comes and goes. So focus on what is actually beneficial for you and your life, and it is the financial, economical aspect, and obviously the experiences, the places that you're going to. That's what you should be focusing on. And at the end of the day, you've got to remember this, that the guys who we're dating are very successful, they are high achievers, they're ambitious, they are hardworking, they are out here working many hours a day, okay? And if they are spending every single bit of their free time with you, and they are helping you out, you already know that you are a priority. You already know that he is focusing on you. You already know that you are, like you said, winning him over, I guess. You already know that you are doing that or have done it, because if you weren't doing that or you hadn't done it, he wouldn't be investing his precious time or his hard worked for, hard earned money on you, right? So focus on what actually counts. It's the time and it's the money. So the other part was, how do we win him over? And I want to say that every single man is going to be different. You know, there's no one answer for every single situation. You have to assess and see, okay, this guy on our first date, he told me that he really enjoyed a woman that had, I don't know, long black hair. So let me put in a couple of tracks and make my hair a bit longer. That could help to win him over. Or he may have told you how family orientated he is, so you tell him how family orientated you are, and that creates a connection with you guys, which is going to help to win him over. And that is going to help you to shift from just being a random girl on a date to being a person who he's actually dating and giving to, thus winning him over. So that's going to help you to do that. How to stand out while also staying true to yourself. Now this part, it kind of confused me a tiny bit, because I think that Manashi in the comment, what she's trying to say is that when you are wearing, you know, fake hair, when you're wearing makeup, shapewear, doing the feminine voice control, when you are ego boosting, when you are doing those things, being a bit more reserved so you're not blabbing about everything that he can use against you, when you're not doing all of those things, telling a man that you want to get married within a year and just being open and honest, wearing your heart on your sleeve, because you're not doing those things, you feel as though you're not being true to yourself. But listen, that is not the case at all. You're actually just being strategic. There's a difference between not being true to yourself and being strategic. So note that, because if you are giving yourself the worst shot possible to getting what you want, to beneficial dating, then you're not being true to yourself. If you are going on your date with a game plan and executing that game plan to be happy and to have the outcome that you want, then you're being true to your true heart's desires and you're being true to yourself. So I think it's about remembering that it is strategy and that it's not that you're not being yourself. So the last part of the comment was how to get him to drop the other women, even if you are looking for a relationship or for sugaring. Now, that is again another really good point, because women who are regular women out there in the dating scene who are seeking a relationship are moving very differently on their dates to women who are out here being sugar babies. So when you are going up against a sugar baby, you have to bring your A game a lot more than if you're going up against a regular woman looking for a regular relationship who still wears her heart on her sleeve and she doesn't understand how to actually date beneficially. There are two completely different situations there and two totally different women who you are going up against. So if you are wanting him to drop the other women, but as we know, we will never know if that will be done, but if you want to be somebody who is fully benefiting from this man in your dating experience, if you want to be the woman who he is constantly investing in his time and his money, and becoming a priority to him, then it's about realizing that this must be done. Okay, so if you're going up against regular women who are dating normally, who are still seeking love from these men and seeking all of those things, then you have to realize that those women are driven fully by their hearts. Okay, they're driven fully by their wants and their needs. And as we know, men run a mile as soon as they hear that a woman wants to be married. They're out, they're gone. If the timing is not right for them and that's not what they're seeking at that moment in time, then they are not going to stick around. So if you know that, you have the upper hand over those women who still don't understand that yet. So what you do is you tell the men what they want to hear. You tell them what they want to hear, because that's exactly what they do to you. And that is having the upper hand over those other regular women. So that also means not acting a fool. So when I say don't act a fool, I mean when he is on a dinner date with you and he has to take a work call, keep your mouth shut. Okay, don't start rolling your eyes, don't start banging your elbows on the table, don't start, I don't know, tutting, and don't start doing all that. Just keep your mouth closed, carry on eating nicely, or be patient, wait for him, I don't know, whatever you think is appropriate at that time, but don't start acting a fool, because without that job, without that money, without him working so hard, you're not dating beneficially anymore, you'll just be dating Tom, Dick and Harry. So where regular women would get upset about that type of thing, you know not to. Okay, so you play on what you know he wants. Then there is the sugar baby that you're going up against. Two really to really stand out over the sugar baby, it's about making sure that you don't make him feel the way most sugar babies make their sugar daddies feel. So when I say that, I mean don't make him feel like things are transactional, and don't make him feel like you don't actually like him, because men want to feel as though they're with a woman who is beautiful, who actually likes them. That's how they want to feel. They don't want to feel like a bank. They don't want to feel like somebody who you are just using and you just take and there's no give. They don't want to feel like that. Make sure you ego boost. Make sure that you are not being basically a lady of the night with him. Make it feel like it's an actual dating experience, like it's an actual relationship, instead of doing something for something. Okay, we don't do that around here. Other sugar babies are doing that. Make sure that you date this guy. Okay, don't jump in and be intimate with him. Make him wait, get to know him. Even if you are a sugar baby, don't go ahead and lower your standards just because the other sugar babies are doing that. That makes you stand out more. Maybe your sugaring experience with that particular man will have less of a shelf life, but you still would have benefited from that economically. So at the end of the day, it's about making choices that make sense for you and that get you the dating experiences that you want, which are beneficial. And it's also about making choices that make you stand out against other women, i.e. the wow factor, making the most of your look, not wearing your heart on your sleeve, telling them what they want to hear, and not making them feel like it is transactional. They are my views on that comment. Thank you so much, Minashi, for that fabulous comment. I really did enjoy doing that breakdown. And thumbs up, I was going to say thumbs down, thumbs up the video if you like these comment breakdown videos and you actually want more. I'm going to love you guys and leave you here, and I will see you in my next video very, very soon.